Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I am back from the dead. Thank you so much for your consolation and interest, and of course concern. I am okay. It was just one of those things where not feeling so great. In fact, not 100% either here right now. But I just want to make sure that we cover Terra Classic. Because again, I get a tremendous amount of requests for this here, so we'll be sure to take a look at that. So if you are new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love to teach people to trade. I really hope you can learn something here today. If you do, comment below. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. If not, that's okay. Maybe another video might speak to you. But if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a website, link in the description below. I do offer a trading academy, community, and signal group. Really awesome experience. Got a lot of new members coming over recently here, and it's fantastic to be able to help them grow as traders, help them kind of get that foundational understanding, and to essentially get you where you need to go. So it's really awesome to be part of that. Thank you so much for my current community members, over 200 active members presently. You guys are awesome. So here's what's going on with Terra Classic. Obviously, it doesn't give a darn about what happened in the market yesterday, because yesterday was a bloody red day. 7.5% correction for Bitcoin on 24-hour period. So again, not fantastic for Bitcoin, but Terra Classic doesn't care. It does not give a darn, and it's going to continue on regardless of what happens. So let's see how much further this will continue by looking at ascending type of trends, and of course overextensions, see if there's any potential for pullback or if it's going to continue to increase. All right. So again, a lot of the indicators I like to use are just small indicators, or just one or two indicators per time frame. So we'll go kind of work our way down here. On the daily, we can see with the RSI though, it's really didn't even bother to come back down under 70. And this is a common characteristic for a lot of coins that are going, I wouldn't say parabolic, but they're absolutely increasing further than they should. And they're not slowing down whatsoever. And oftentimes 70 on the RSI can work as a support level, whereas the price action came down here. And for a full 3 or 4 trading days, the price action maintained itself right at 70 on the RSI, just above, and continued higher. So again, that is almost null and void, because normally you'd see 70 on the RSI and be like, it's overextended, it's no longer going to continue. Well, when a coin like this hits this certain spot, this kind of trading pattern, it's going to do the same thing here. In other words, we should expect an increase further, even regardless of how much this tells us here. In other words, the RSI is really not even something we can bank on. It's not something that's going to be reliable in this situation. All right. So again, that's kind of where we're at there in that sense. That's more positive than negative here in that regard. We're also moving concurrent, of course, with this ascending trend as we are with the 20-day simple moving average. So in the last 20 days, essentially, the price action is showing that it wants to do higher than it should, and it's going better than it really needed to. Okay. Again, when you see an ascending type of trend like this, for example, running concurrent with moving averages, it reiterates the strength of that trend. Okay. So again, mostly strong here in that sense on the hourly. On the 4-hour, we can see this retest here for a second time with the Fibonacci retracement level of right around 45,000. In fact, that's an even number, 45,000. Big surprise, the price action gets rejected there twice. Now, again, we could be seeing a cup and handle type of pattern forming right now where the price action is going to break to the upside. The likelihood of it going up then down from here seems pretty high, just based on the overall momentum and the way that it's moving. When you see a retest of a certain level multiple times, it's especially when it's this specific, like you can see how darn close that is, it's likely going to retest and continue higher. Again, no guarantees, but that's absolutely the way that it should work. The thing we got to recognize though is we're at 70 on the RSI here on the 4-hour, and that's going to work as a resistance level. So the price action cannot break above that here soon, then we could actually see a slight rejection. And if we were to see a rejection, it may not be something significant. It'd probably come down to one of the more recent Fibonacci's of 31,000 and or what is it, 37,200. These are other levels that are more relevant, so to speak, if the price action were to pull itself back. So again, looking darn good here. I've got a MACD convergence here, of course, as well that just occurred. Big surprise with the slight recovery here in the last 8 to 12 hours. So all in all, mostly positive here, even though, again, we're extremely overextended on the daily. The 4-hour is telling us it still has more room for growth, right? Now, again, we want to try to avoid being over 70 on the RSI on the 4-hour. That's typically a best place to be. So where the price action is at right now, if it just consolidates for a little bit longer, it'll naturally break up with an ascending type of wedge, and it'll continue higher. But again, hypothetically right now, we're looking pretty darn good, and this continuation should continue. Take a look at the 1-hour. We can go ahead and kind of see on, the cloud, that we're well above the cloud, as well as the conversion line is just coming above the baseline, and the lagging span is free and clear of price action. So hypothetically, again, this is strictly hypothetical, the Ichimoku cloud is giving us a buy signal right here for a long position. Now again, it's a bit on the overextended side here. We can kind of see if we take a look at TD sequential, we're at a 6. We came down to a 9, got overextended to the downside, and it had a swift recovery, a bounce off the lower lead on the cloud. So these are all kind of common characteristics you can see in trading. But hypothetically, again, we are looking positive here to take a long position to the upside. Because again, the likelihood of it breaking this level is pretty high considering its overall momentous trend and how it's retested that level twice. It's just a matter of time before it kind of has an ascending type of breakout to the upside. And once again, price will shoot up, it'll probably squeeze out some shorts, and of course push the price action even further, and we should see somewhat of another strong increase from here. Again, these are not guarantees. You got to keep this in mind. Everything we're adding up together here so far, while it's extremely overextended in a lot of different ways, it's also very healthy and very consistent. Because if you look at these continuation patterns, for example, when it comes up here, while this is a parabolic increase and typically a negative, whereas the price action will typically lower, we're seeing a lot of volume. And of course, Fibonacci retracement levels holding strong as a support. But the key here that I want to kind of take away is the fact that even though it is a parabolic increase, we're seeing a nice amount of consolidation before it legs up again. So again, even though this is probably likely going to continue higher at this moment, I would prefer for it to retrace a little bit, maybe to this level here at about 40,000, and then leg up from there. That'd be nicer if it did. But again, for the most part, these are fairly healthy continuation patterns because even though, yes, it jumps up a significant margin, it's correcting itself and then, essentially consolidating to the upside. Okay, so again, mostly good stuff here from Terra Classic. I have expectations that this is going to continue higher. I'm not sold on the 1 cent situation because obviously that's quite a ways away, but it's getting closer as the price action continues further. So again, I wouldn't expect to make millions off of this, but I can tell you that it's going to probably likely continue higher from here, and it does seem like it wants to break to the upside. Again, we'll take a look at it again tomorrow and kind of identify if it's absolutely going to turn itself around or just kind of where we're at. But even though, yes, it is overextended, it has a lot of healthy continuation patterns, and I could totally see this continuing further. So be interested to see what happens if we can break this level here to 45,000 even. That will be interesting. All right, so there we are. That's pretty much everything I have for you so far here today. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And obviously, if you're not currently a community member, consider joining. We got over 200 active members. CryptoCache.tech is a website, link in the description below. I provide you with a trading academy, community, and signal group. It's a really awesome experience. Be sure to check that out in your own time. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.